You know what I mean? Hello, my friends. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are finally here. We're all playing it. Everybody's playing it. And we're all playing it. It's getting played. And so I'm here now with my early impressions. I've been playing it for, a little last night, most of today. I feel like I've sampled a pretty good, vertical slice of what the game has to offer, I've done a little bit of everything. I did a gym, I did one of the Titan battles, did one of the, Team Star base raids or whatever, and I've spent a good amount of time just kind of exploring the world, catching Pokemon, battling Pokemon, all that stuff. And I'm here to say the things that I am feeling right now. The elephant in the room. The Caparaja in the room. Funny. I'll save that. Not yet. Not yet. Let's look at the game. First and foremost, I want to praise this game's design. I really feel like this is a good Pokemon game. I'm very happy to, I kind of, just the fact that they went open world and everything we knew about the game going in, I knew I would like it a pretty good amount, and it is enjoyable. Gosh, this is so complicated. There's a good game here. So far, I would say that I am definitely enjoying the open world elements. The game I live for that. The exploration, the choice, and they pound that into you. They're just like, don't let anybody, they're literally say, don't let any characters or any NPCs tell you and make you think that you gotta do a certain thing. Do whatever you want. They say it again and again. Do whatever you want. And it's true, and it's great. And I have to say, just wandering around is awesome. I love it. That's everything that I want. And with Arceus, I love that game. Now, you all know exactly how much. A whole lot. But that did have its limitations, and it was separated into zones and all that stuff. You kind of more or less followed sort of a semi-linear story thing, and here we have the complete freedom. You can go wherever you want, and of course that means if you just go off the beaten path, you can find areas with Pokemon that are way too high level for you, and you gotta run away, but that's fun. That's thrilling, that's awesome. Design-wise, it doesn't feel like anything is really holding this game back, at least so far. Conceptually, they've really got it. This is a big world that just feels good to explore. It's big. It's pretty darn big, I feel like I've only explored maybe a little fraction of the map. The environments are varied, there's just a lot of fun, just cliffs and ledges and just places to go. Just places to go, things to see. And things to do, lots of special Terra-type Pokemon to track down, and then you got the Terra raids are good. They're good. What can I say? It's like a Dynamax raid battle, but it's just more fun, just good, just better, more fun, quicker, better in every way. I like that. And you got items you can constantly be finding. There's always just the thrill of what Pokemon am I gonna find around the corner, whether it's, favorite returning ones or new ones and all that stuff. I'm really enjoying it so far. Just discovering what there is to discover. Battling, I will say I'm pretty disappointed. It's not the biggest deal so far. Okay, you know me. I want faster battling. Arceus had just quicker battles. From the early footage, it definitely felt like this game was going to have quicker battles, and I think there are some things that are quicker, whenever regular moves are exchanged, maybe they've shaved off just a little bit, but I am so disappointed to learn that they got rid of all, that's a really big thing here. It's just oh, okay, almost everything I loved about Arceus is gone now. It's just running around a big open space and seeing Pokemon is essentially it. The rest of it is just kind of yeah, it's all gone, and that includes all of the streamlined just stat changes and stuff. And but yeah, the pacing of the battle, it's maybe a little faster, but no, when you've got Pokemon and they're doing all these stat, really early on you fight the crab, the big crab, and it gets enraged, and that affects 5 different stats, and you have to sit there waiting, and it's just like, great, this is not what I wanted. I didn't want this again. I don't want to have to just wait through all of these little battle animations and messages again. So that's hard. That's been really, really difficult to kind of... I was just so looking forward to this game, you know? Just really looking forward to it. And it's not a total deal breaker, but it really brings down the experience, and it makes me get impatient, and I start just come on, like hurry. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be yelling at my screen, just being like, hurry up, please. If you ever get into a fight with anything that slows you down, puts your thing to sleep, keeps healing, it's agonizing because it moves so slow. And speaking of things that bring down an otherwise good experience, okay, this game runs like trash. Trash! It runs terribly. We could see by early footage. It was rough. We could tell. We knew that, you know? Arceus was the same way. It's big open areas. They don't, whatever. Pokemon Company doesn't have a track record of delivering a polished product when it comes to big open areas. But my expectations were low, and this is so far below those low expectations. Even with people, all the tweets coming out recently being like, oh man, here's a clip of it kind of lagging. I did not know until I played it. Okay, well, this is early impressions. I couldn't even get out of the house at the beginning of the game because I was just watching it stutter and watching the camera mess up and clip into the wall, and it is so bad. And it's always bad. That's the thing. It's always bad. So at its best, it's bad. At its best, it's 20-something frames per second, and it only goes down from there. And it just stutters and lags, and there are plenty of time. Actually, the whole maybe last couple hours of my play session, I don't know exactly where I am on the map, if that's what's doing it. It's just slow motion. Just slow motion. The game is in slow motion now. I just have to play the newest Pokemon game in slow motion because it just can't handle being a game. Can't handle running. And I don't know. I don't want... I'm so tired. I don't want to go too crazy on it yet. I don't know. Part of me wants to keep playing and maybe I'll get used to it. Maybe I'll, I'm hoping so desperately that I'm still able to enjoy the game because there's so much to enjoy. There's so much to enjoy about this game. I do feel compelled to keep playing. I look out over the world and I want to explore it. And I'm just fighting, just walking through sludge all the time. And it just looks bad. And that's just the frame rate. That's not even talking about graphical, clipping through the world, stuff glitching out, the backgrounds just glitching, textures on rock walls kind of melting and being all weird when you get close to them. It's just so much about it that is so unpleasant that it legitimately affects the enjoyment of the game. This is not a nitpicky thing. This is I'm trying my best to overlook it. Again, Arceus, rough in areas, but I'm enjoying it so much I really don't care. This is distracting. This is downright distracting. It runs horribly. And that is not fun. That is not a situation that I feel we should have to be in right now. We all want to play the great, cool new Pokemon game, and this is what we got. We're fighting with it. So yeah, I don't know. I do want to kind of just keep playing. Who knows? Maybe 4 days from now, they give us another update, and it fixes it. This is definitely all things that could be fixed. But yeah, at the moment, we're talking about early impressions. Oh man, it's rough. It's not rough. It's bad. It's not rough. Arceus was rough. This is bad. This is bad. And I'm like you could see I was trying at the beginning of the video. I want to talk about the good stuff. I want to talk about the game itself. It's hard to. You know, I'm playing and like trying to enjoy myself, but it's just not really letting me. And then here I'm trying to talk about the game, but it's not really letting me because it's really consuming the entire conversation. What else we got though? What else is good stuff? There's a lot of stuff to enjoy. The gym was fun, and yeah, like I said, like all the stuff I've done, the Titan Pokemon, just fighting. Fighting is good. There's lots of trainers. You don't have to fight the trainers. You talk to them to initiate the battle. Awesome. And then like later they recharge and you can fight them again. So there's like never any shortage of trainers. That's cool. That's awesome. And like loads of Pokemon to choose from so far. I always hate it when an early parts of a Pokemon game, you just can't stop seeing the same ones, and you're like, when am I gonna see some new ones? Here, I'm always seeing new ones, always stumbling across new ones. It's really fun. There's always new places to go. That spirit of adventure. There's always another place to just like run over to and check out. And I got my Miraidon, and I think eventually I'm gonna upgrade it so I can do more stuff or fly or go up walls or whatever, so I can explore more. That idea is very exciting. So like, that's good. That's a good early impression. It's like, this is a world I want to explore. I want to explore. I want to explore. I want to keep wanting to explore. But if it keeps making me play the game in slow motion, I don't know how much I can do. I don't know how much more I can take. You know what I mean? I went with Fuecoco, like I said in the video. I went with Fuecoco. Called him Pablo. This is pretty cool. Oh, there's something. There's a thing. That's an important thing. I'm remembering them. They're coming to me. I didn't outline this, can you tell? Before playing, I was really curious to know how the auto battling worked. And it is exactly as awkward to use as it looked in the footage. It's you just kind of hit the button and you point, and the Pokemon just kind of go, and it's hard to line them up, and it looks bad, and it feels bad, but it's good. It's still fun to do. It's still fun to be able to just go around beating Pokemon, and then like you'll send out your Pokemon, it'll like go around to different ones, and like that's cool. So far, I have made great use of that mechanic. It's really good. You don't get like a ton of XP, but it's great for just kind of wandering around, and if you get to a good area and you got a good type matchup, you can get a fair amount of XP that way. And then even though the game doesn't have, like real-time aiming and throwing of Pokeballs like in Arceus, I didn't know this, but it does kind of have like a Pokeball throw thing. Like you can, you hit R to send out your Pokemon to auto battle, but if you hit ZR, then you just throw the ball, and if you throw it at a Pokemon, then you get into a battle, and if you sneak up and catch them unawares, then you enter the battle. That's cool. It still feels pretty good to just kind of throw your Pokeball. It's not quite the same, but that's good. That's nice. Engaging with wild Pokemon is still it's a good thing. It's good. There's some fun. Other good stuff too. So far, the characters are pretty good. I like the cast. Okay. The whole school thing. Really enjoy that. Like, really enjoy that. Like, it's just a good setting. It's just a good place to be. A good, it's very empowering. It's like, go out there and have an adventure. And I don't know. It's a way to kind of shake up the formula a little bit. So you're not just like a kid going on an adventure. It's like a school. There's this big, like, feeling of community, and you've got all these other classmates and teachers, and it's just cool. I think the overall just like concept and setting is really good, and and the setting itself, I said already, there's a lot of cool places to explore. I love the world, if you don't count how bad graphically a lot of it looks. The design is good, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I said at the beginning of this video. The design is good. The design is great. The design is awesome. It's just so hard to enjoy that design. Okay, well, you get the point by now. Early impressions of Pokémon Scarlet and Violet. There's a good game in there. There is probably the best Pokemon game ever in there. It's just hard to get to it. It's hard to engage with it. It's hard to enjoy it because it runs like Garbo. Hot Garbo. But why don't you let me know what you think down in the comments? That's gonna be a bloodbath. I don't know, I feel like everyone's kind of on the same page. Is it, like, there were plenty of people defending the Sword and Shield. That's not that bad, right? Is there anyone defending this? You can't defend this. You can't. You can not defend how badly this game runs. Yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna go keep playing. I'm gonna try really, really hard to get a review out before the end of the year. So I'm gonna go keep playing. And if any of you are still playing and struggling, trying to have a good time, then power to you. Keep on going. Keep on keeping on. I wish you luck. Let's all just dig into this game together and just try to get what we can out of it. And maybe at the end, we'll all say, hey, that was a pretty good Pokemon game. Who knows? I don't know. See you later. Bye.